Welcome to Unleashed Learning TV and Unleashed Learning Radio for our podcast listeners. Now, if you've worked with us, you know that the key of location, or if you're at a school, the key of classroom is a key that makes learning stick for everyone. And to help you think about how to use this key, we wanted to bring you an early childhood educator. Ana Arambatzis is the director of Earlwood's Children's Center, and what she's going to share with you can help you transform your classroom or learning location to make learning stick for everyone. So Ana, welcome to Unleashed Learning TV.
Thanks for having me, William.
Great to be here. So we wanted to interview because early childhood educators are really leaders when it comes to learning. And you don't deliver information, you do something very different. So to get learning to stick, what are you thinking about rather than delivering information?
When we're thinking about how we can extend children's learning and development, we need to work with the whole child. We work with the families, the child, the community, the educators, and how can we extend children's learning through their interests. And our environments are very important when we do that. Resources play a pivotal role within the environment as it allows children to build relationships, to explore, to develop various skills. There are various learning domains that children develop through play, and we like to set the scene as in the environment with a purpose where children can explore and learn with or without an adult, and also with children or without other children.
I love you said we set the scene for that to happen. That brings us to the next question, because what early childhood leaders talk about is the location or the classroom as the third teacher.
Yes.
So can you tell us what that's about?
Well, the third teacher, we often speak about the location, which we speak about as in our environments are the third teacher, because plays a pivotal role in children's learning. And the way the environment supports children's learning, it's important because the children are able to engage, they're able to revisit, they're able to refine their skills with the resources provided within that space. They build their resilience, they explore various roles. The resources we use and where we set up the environment, it's important. Is the environment welcoming for a child? Are the resources appropriate? Are they age appropriate? If you can look around, we love our natural, realistic environments as children are able to make connections from their home environment into their learning environment. And then once they go off into the next environment, they're building their understanding and they're expanding what they know and what else is out there.
So this is why I wanted to interview, because early childhood educators are because you're saying who the student is matters, the location matters, the ways we connect in some ways your content to who the learners are, and you're really intentional about how that is. So we're in your outdoor space right now. When you set up a space like this, what are you thinking about when it comes to getting learning to stick for students and young people, young children?
Well, we think about firstly, why we're setting up this environment. Is it an extension to children's interests, and are we extending their learning and embed various learning domains within that learning and play? As children learn through play, we need to ensure that the environment allows for various learning to take place, because children develop and engage and learn various skills without knowing they're doing it, so it's happening naturally. We also think about the purpose of setting it up in a specific location. Is it going to allow children to engage in the space and welcome others? Are we setting it up? Is it going to be noisy? Is it going to be cluttered? Would it allow for such learning to take place? What else do we? There's so many things we think about.
It's like the level of every choice about how it's set up is based on getting learning to happen for children. That's what I hear you talking about.
Definitely, because we often observe and reflect on what we see and make the relevant changes to support what is required for that child, for the group of children, what our long-term goal and vision for children's learning outcomes are as well.
That's why I wanted to interview, because we talk about the key of classroom or key of location for professional developers and staff developers, and that it's critical to get learning to stick. So the last question for you is, when you think about all the diversity of your learners, how do you set the space up to ensure inclusion of everyone? What are you thinking about?
We're thinking about the children as a whole. We're thinking about their cultural diversity. We're thinking about their interests, their families, their needs. We're thinking about the child as a whole. How are we ensuring children feel safe and secure in this place? Are we allowing the child to feel like they're at home, they're comfortable, they're able to develop a sense of belonging? We do that by inviting families to come into the space, to provide items such as we are big in when we introduce families and children within this environment. Come on in, bring in your family photos. Let's display them within the space because this is your space.
Wow.
It is a safe space. Come and learn, have fun. We also think about the resources we use.
Yeah.
Do these resources reflect that? And it's very important because it is inviting, and the child develops that sense of belonging and is able to explore, trial and error without any fears. The key thing is that the child is building their optimal development within this space.
See why I wanted to talk to you, because you're thinking about students' identities and their families and the location. Yes. So it's really intentional about what's happening here.
Definitely.
So we always end with a question. So if you hold on for just 1 second. And so we talk at Unleashed Learning about the key of classroom or key of location if you're a presenter or staff developer. So we want to hear from you. What is one thing that you do with that key, that location or classroom, to ensure learning sticks for everyone? You heard what Ana does, what early childhood leaders do. We'd love to hear from you. So some of the best conversations take place after the episode, and grab our free ebook while you're there, the 5 Easy Ways to Make Online Learning Stick. Ana, thank you so much for welcoming me to this incredible space.
Thank you. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank you for the work you do, and thank you for the work you do for the world. That location is key to making learning stick, and we hope this episode inspires you to really bring it to the forefront. Thanks, Ana.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.